The Adventures of Mr. Bean. Treasure. Chapter 1. Mr. Bean frowned at the kitchen tap. Normally, when he turned it on, water came out, not a strange series of sound effects. Where was the water? Splish! A tiny drip dropped out of the spout. How was he supposed to make a cup of tea with just one splash of water? He supposed he could tear open a tea bag, tease out a tea leaf or two, and then add a mic drop of milk and a speck of sugar. But even if he had the appetite of an ant, he wouldn't be happy with that. With a sigh, Mr. Bean walked out of the kitchen. His tap troubles must be caused by problems with the pipes, and they were up in the loft. He swiftly spied a spanner, found a ladder, and climbed up through a creaky trapdoor into the dark loft beyond. Mr. Bean shone his torch around the cluttered walls. Strange shapes cast scary shadows all about, and he was sure he could hear spiders scuttling on all sides. But bravely he pressed on through the gloom. Spiders were small, they couldn't hurt you, and there was certainly nothing any bigger to worry about. "Ah!" cried Mr. Bean as he caught sight of something just as big as him and truly terrible lurching towards him. He stopped, and so did the truly terrible thing. With a sigh of relief, he realized it was his own reflection in an old, dusty mirror. It wasn't truly terrible at all. In fact, it was a rather gorgeous thing to find. Mr. Bean shone his torch up and under his chin, and chuckled at the spooky shadows it made on his face in the mirror, the demon plumber of Mrs. Wicker's loft. Soon he found the water tank, and clanked away at the block pipes with his spanner. He just fixed the fault when... Crash! A terrible noise made him jump so high in the air he nearly bumped his head on the roof beams. He shone his torch in the direction of the noise. A vase lay in pieces on the ground, but who had knocked it? Bump! The loud bump made him jump too. Mr. Bean gulped as he saw a pile of books had toppled over and an old music box had burst open. It played a sad and spooky song which gave Mr. Bean the creeps. He was just about to turn it off when... "Scuttle, scuttle, creak!" "Eek!" cried Mr. Bean. He didn't know what could scuttle and creak at the same time, but he wasn't in a rush to meet it. But just as he was about to run away, his torch picked out a rocking horse in a cobwebbed corner. On top of it sat a little mouse, blinking at him with eyes like bright black buttons. Mr. Bean breathed a sigh of relief. Then he scowled and waved his spanner at the mouse. With a frightened squeak, the mouse moved on, bouncing on a box and then vanishing into the shadows. The box interested Mr. Bean. For one thing, it might be another music box, one big enough to drown out the spooky little one on the dark floor. He crept over the creaking floorboards to take a look. The box opened easily. Mr. Bean shone the torch inside. He found a black bag, dirty and dusty, tied up with a reel of ragged rope. What could be inside? Mr. Bean considered the situation. The bag wasn't his. He really shouldn't look inside. He should put it back in the box, go downstairs, and have an extra big cup of tea to celebrate fixing the fault with the problematic pipes. That's what he should do. With a chuckle, Mr. Bean dumped the spanner and torch and dragged the heavy bag away downstairs with him. What could possibly be inside it? He wondered. The end. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!